Hello everyone, my name is Maddie, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this quite exciting challenge vlog. So, for anyone that has seen my August Dart Attack, two of the prompts that I got were firstly to put my phone down for 8 hours and make sure I'm just like completely not distracted, and a different one I got was to have a cozy reading night. So we're combining the two. So it is Sunday currently and it is almost 1 p.m. I'm hoping to start at 1, though I just need to do this clip first. And basically I am about to turn my phone off for the next 8 hours. I'm not allowed to use it pretty much at all. I am gonna have it on airplane mode, not off altogether, simply because I want to be able to like set timers myself and check the time, which is easiest to do on my phone. But other than that, I will not be touching my phone whatsoever for the next 8 hours, which for me is huge. I spend a lot of time on my phone. My screen time is always huge and I don't mind this. I like spending time on my phone. It's entertainment for me. I have no problem with it. But there are definitely moments where I fall down a TikTok rabbit hole or a Twitter rabbit hole and I just end up scrolling instead of reading. So today we are doing the opposite. My phone is going down, it's going on airplane mode for pretty much the whole day, going on for 8 hours. That's like a full working day. And I'm just gonna read. So as I said, I'm hoping to start at 1, so it'll go to about 9 and then I can like this evening watch some TV or whatever. I'm also kind of playing this as a little bit of like a no screens time. It is specifically not phone because that's where I use social media, but I don't want to watch TV in this time. I don't want to do any editing or any like logging stuff on my bookish spreadsheets on my computer. Like this is no work, just reading. And when I did this originally, it was meant to be just like a bit of a phone detox. I'm now using it as like an intensive reading challenge. How much can I read in 8 hours? And then this evening, it's gonna morph into like a cozy reading night. I haven't yet, I need to go to the shops later, but I'm gonna do that as like a 10-minute break later in the day because I can't read solidly for 8 hours, I'm human. So when I need a break later, I'll wander down to the shop because it only takes like 10 minutes to get there and back, and get myself some like drinks and some nice food and things for this evening, have like a cozy reading night. So this is going to be both intensive reading challenge and like self-care evening, but let's talk about what I'm hoping to read. So pretty much this plus one other book is my remaining TBR for August. We're about halfway through, so I'm not mad at this at all. I do, however, have one extra book I'm planning to read, which is Gearbreakers. So I need to factor that in, but I don't have it yet, so I can't read that today. And the one other book I don't have in this stack is on ebook, and I'm doing a specific vlog which includes that one, so I definitely won't be reading that today because this is a separate video. So what will I be reading? I'll be reading We Go On Forever. I'm currently 38 pages into this, but it's a really quick read. It's a really fun one. It's the Burned Books Club pick, so I need to read it very soon anyway. And so this is like the perfect one to kick me off. I can probably read the rest of this in 3 hours, maybe. So I can get this done. I'm confident this one will be finished today. So this is where I'm starting. This is like a YA dystopia. It's interesting so far. It's kind of pandemic vibes. And then it's this logic that if you're like rich and powerful enough, when your body is failing you, you can move your consciousness to a new body and live forever, hence the title. So it's like a take on immortality and classism and like privilege. And there's also pandemic vibes. So it's an interesting one. I'm enjoying it so far. Very intrigued to keep going with it. So I'm definitely gonna be reading that one. I may or may not read a graphic novel. If I have time, I might throw it in for a bit of fun at the end. But the other like books are Flashfire. I'm not sure I'm actually gonna read today. I'm very excited to read this one, but I'm really keen as my second book to pick up something that I can like read all of today if I can, and I don't think I can do that with Flashfire. It's 400 pages, almost 360. It's a lot of text on a page. I find it actually a surprisingly intensive read. It's not difficult at all, it's fun YA, but it's more intensive than, I guess, kind of most YAs, so I'm not sure this is going to be the one for the day. But two other options, which aren't on my TBR, but I might try and do, are the ones we're meant to find. Everyone says this is a super quick, fun YA book, but it is another dystopian, so I'll have to see if I feel up to doing 2 dystopians back to back. The other option is XOXO by Axio. This is a YA contemporary, so I'm sure it'll be super, super quick, and it's like 350 pages, if even that, 330. So again, should be a pretty like quick, fun, romancy, rompy YA, so that may well be what we go with. I also have a million and one other books. I have A Dowry of Blood, which I'm considering. I have The Foxhole Court. This is very much going to be what do I feel like reading when we get there. So, starting point, we go on forever. What time is it? Okay, it is 1 o'clock. There you go, on the dot. All my notifications coming through there. I am going to put my phone on airplane mode. Right, there we go, airplane mode turned on, don't know if you can see that. And I'm going to set a timer for 8 hours. There we go, it's counting down. I'm not allowed to look at my phone again until that timer goes off. That's scary. First thing I'm gonna do is go set up a nice little reading spot on my balcony, as I tend to do, and then we're gonna basically try and power through this. Probably near enough in one sitting. I might take some breaks, depending on how hungry I get. I also haven't really eaten today and I have no food in, so I do need to go get some food at some point. But I'm gonna go read. Oh my god, 8 hours! How much can I read in 8 hours? I think I can definitely finish this. I think I can do a graphic novel, maybe another book. We'll see. Let's find out. Hello, time for an update. So I think it's about three-ish. I think it's been just over 2 hours since we're just past 3. I have just finished reading We Go On Forever. It's loud filling on a balcony. It was good. I enjoyed it. It's very much a quick, like, fun read. It wasn't anything particularly impactful. Interesting story, interesting concept. Not biggest fan of the ending, very cliche, but we'll let it slide. It was generally a good read. It's good fun, interesting one. I think it's probably a good one for people who haven't read as much dystopia as I have. It's a good like introductory point to the genre, but it's a little bit underdeveloped, I suppose, and quick for someone who's quite familiar with the genre. So this, I guess it feels like this hits all the points of like a first book or even first 2 books of a big trilogy, and then you have like a big event after, and this is just like standalone, so it's pretty quick, pretty short, bit underdeveloped, but not bad, pretty good fun. I am going to get myself some food, gonna go to the supermarket and get myself food for now, and then food for my cozy evening later today, and I'm gonna pick up my next book, though I still don't know what that's going to be. I might do a little bit of a first chapter challenge kind of thing. I'm undecided. I'm leaning towards XOXO because it's fun and easy, but I also feel like I should read something that's actually on my TBR. But then again, I don't think I'm going to read Flashfire, which is the only thing on my TBR that I could read, so we'll see. I'll go get food and figure that out later. Okay, I literally just turned my camera off, I'm not moved. I just turned it back on because I've just had such a moment of realisation of like how much of a habit it is checking my phone, that I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go grab my phone, like check if anyone's texting me, and then I'll go to the shops. I can't do that for like another 6 hours, which is such a foreign concept to me. So I'm gonna go to the shops, come back and get straight back on with reading without checking my messages, without going on Twitter. Weird. That feels so weird. And it's slightly concerning how weird that feels. But that's just such a habit I have ingrained. So this is why I'm doing this though. I will actually probably read a lot more when I get back because there's nothing else I can do. So, odd. That's completely thrown me and made me remember why this is a challenge that I am setting myself and why it's such a challenge. But so far today we are 230-ish pages into the day, so not doing badly. Definitely a quick read that I read 230 pages in just over 2 hours. it's definitely a very quick read. But yeah, there we go, 230 pages done. Let's see how much I can do before the end of the day. I'm still talking somehow, I keep meaning to turn my camera off and finding more things to say, but it's really interesting because I've done like 24-hour readathons before, and normally I don't get through more than 2 books. I think the most I've ever done is 900 pages in a 24-hour readathon, but a good few hundred of that was graphic novel. I think I did 700 pages actual written. Like, this was a particularly quick book, I will admit, but I feel like I'm not going to end up being that far off that. Like, I'll probably get over 500 pages in the next few hours, I would imagine. And it's really interesting actually seeing how much I can read in this time versus a 24-hour readathon where I'm normally so damn tired because I've tried to stay up all night that I don't do anything, and I like go on my phone for a bit and watch TV for a bit, you know, whatever I would do in a day. So it's really interesting doing this like super short readathon, almost 8 hours, but with no other distractions. And I feel like I'm going to end up reading significantly more than I would in a 24-hour period when I'm trying to just read, because it's shorter and like more concise, and I like doing things in short, sharp sprints. So it's a very interesting one and might influence how I do things like 24-hour readathons in future, because it's potentially a lot more realistic for me to just do like an 8 to 10 hour stint of it really intensely and enjoy the rest of the day versus trying to read all day and just being tired. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Okay, so it is now about 10 to 4, so we're almost 3 hours into this. I have gone out, bought myself lunch, come home, made lunch, eaten it. Much needed. I'm feeling much better now. But now it's time to choose book 2. I just said I'm pretty much settled on EXO, and I think I am, but I'm just going to show you my options and quickly talk through them and then make a final decision and then get reading. I think all of these books are ones I could read in 5 hours though, which is what I'm really aiming for. I'd like to finish out something else. I don't want to like start a huge tome which I'm only going to read half of. Very keen to read something else to completion, so let's go through the options. Okay, so these 4 books are my options. We have A Dowry of Blood, which is like a Dracula's Wives retelling self-pub like romance, I think, and you can see it's not that long. It's only, what, 300 odd pages? 230, oh that's really short, I could definitely do that one. We have The Foxhole Court, which is like a high school, uni, sports, male, problematic, dark book, I think. Everyone raves about it. It's like a cult book, which is like 250 pages. So again, definitely doable. I have ever tried this one before and didn't love it, but it's one I really want to try again. So that's an option. Next we have Lament by Maggie Stiefvater. I did actually start this the other day. I am, there we go, my photo card in there. I am 34 pages in. This is the beginning of a duology by Maggie Stiefvater, which is like there we go, the Fairy Queen duology. I have read this book before, and I've read the first half of the sequel before, but I never finished it. So I've been planning to reread this so I can finish off the duology. I did actually, stupidly, you can see it's like an old secondhand copy, like grim edges, but I just love the US floppy version, so I had to get it when I saw it in a charity shop. But that's an option, and it is quite fun, like easy again, YA. And then we have XOXO, which is a YA contemporary about K-pop and a classical musician, which is like massively my vibe. Yeah, it's classically trained cellist, and I think this is what I'm going to go with. It's actually the longest of all of the books, I think, at like 330 pages. Something like that. How long is it? Yeah, 330. I don't know how long Lament is, probably similar. Oh, it's sub 300. Okay, so I have 3 sub 300 and then one that's 330. And I think, even though I've only got 5 hours, I'm going to go for this one. I think I can do it. I can read about 50 pages an hour, even when I'm reading slow, which would do me 250. For a contemporary, I can probably do 70 to 80 pages an hour. So I think if I really power through, I can do it. So I think we're going to go with the cute contemporary romance. I've just moved the other books out the way quickly because I want to show you. This is the cover, which is already, you know, absolutely just this stunning artwork. But to make it even better, when you take the dust jacket off, it's also stunning underneath. So I am, for once, going to read without the dust jacket on, because this is so pretty. And I'm going to go read this now, I guess. So yeah, exactly as predicted, going with XOXO, I'm going to go back to my balcony and start this. I'm really excited, but also slightly wondering if I can read 330 pages in the next 5 hours. I think I can. This is pretty well spaced. It's got lots of like half written pages because chapters and stuff, so I think it's possible. Wish me luck. I will try and check in relatively regularly so I do actually speak to you before I finish this, which would pretty much be the end of the video. Okay, so I'm 30 pages in. This is so cute. We've not obviously had a huge amount happen so far. I'm only a tiny bit in, but it's already adorable. The two like main characters already met. There's already sparks. He's already a little bit snarky in a really sweet, flirty way. She's really interesting. Like, the amount of character development and backstory we've got in 30 pages is actually quite impressive. I'm very much enjoying that. I'm very excited. I think I'm gonna love this. I can just tell it's gonna be cute and swoony, and that's exactly what I want and exactly what I need. And I'm thinking I might just like race through this real fast because it's very fun so far. Obviously there's another like 300 pages to go, but the first 30 are off to a flying start. Hello, so it is a while later. I have no idea what time it is. I don't have my phone on me to check the time, so I have no idea, but I've just got to page 100, so about a third of the way through. This is really good. This is so much fun. I am loving it. There are kids in the courtyard, but I am absolutely loving this book. It is adorable. It is interesting. I'm kind of obsessed. I'm kind of nervous. There's a mini itty bitty love triangle that feels like it might be starting. There's actually two separate love triangles that feel like they might be starting. There's slightly frustrating like girl on girl rivalry, which I feel like is going to become a big part of the book, which isn't something I love, but I'm willing to overlook it because so far it's cute. I've still got obviously quite a lot to go. I'm still optimistic I'll finish it today at the very least, be it within my 8 hours, I don't know, but yeah, I'm not going to keep talking because I want to go straight back to reading it. I'm honestly just absolutely loving it. It is time for the next update. This is going well. It's currently 7:15, so I've got just less than 2 hours left until I'm allowed my phone. And I've flown through this book kind of as expected, and I'm on page 296, so I've only got like 30 pages left, I think. Really not a lot, basically. Is it 30? Oh, maybe like 40-ish, but not a lot. So I'll be done with this in the next half hour or so, a bit less. And like, I'm kind of astonished at how quick I'm reading today. When I finish this book, I'll have read well over 500, I've already read 500 pages actually in 6 and a bit hours. So we're really flying considering I took like a half-hour lunch break. So it's going well. I'm loving this book. It is so much fun. It is so cute. We're just getting to like the stressful climax, and I'm really, really worried about all the characters. But I'm optimistic. It's so cute. The friendships are adorable. The romances are adorable. There is no love triangle at all, so I'm happy about that. That got stopped very fast. It's so good. I'm having a great time. I am feeling the absence of my phone less and less. I would quite like to be able to check my messages. I'd like to know if anyone's texted me. But in terms of not having access to social media, honestly not bothered at this point. Really, really just not that bothered. It's not fussing me much at all. I can quite happily not check social media for the rest of the day. I'm sure I will when I get my phone back at 9, but I don't really care at the moment. So yeah, it's going well. I'm gonna go finish this book. I need to know what happens because I'm really stressed. And then, I don't know, I guess I'll pick something else up because I'm still gonna have like over an hour left, I would imagine. Oh, my arm's dying. And I know I'm meant to do a cozy reading night, and I do want to, but the light hasn't gone yet. It doesn't feel very cozy yet. I imagine by about 8 it'll start to fade, and I might set up like a couple candles and I might get myself a nice drink. I do fancy a nice drink, so that might have to happen. But like generally, I'm just enjoying sitting on a balcony reading, having a good time. You will have seen in some previous clips I did very nearly get rained off. The rain really came down earlier, but I got some artistic clips of the rain. But got away with it. The rain wasn't too bad. I can hide like at the back of my balcony where the rain doesn't really hit, so I got away with it. But yeah, gonna go finish my book. Figure out what I'm reading next, I guess. Might start Flashfire, might read a graphic novel, we'll see. And then that'll be the night. I should probably make some more food before 9, but I'll finish this book and then see how we're going. Okay, so it is 7:45 and I have just finished my second book of the day. I'm honestly quite impressed by this. I love this. I'll put the dust jacket back on so you can see the full cover. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so fun and so cute, and oh, I just love so many things about it and how the relationship is portrayed. It's, considering the age of the characters, they're like 17, 18, I think. I really enjoy that it's like such a mature relationship. Like obviously it has ups and downs and all of that, but it really is by the end especially like acknowledgement of like what an adult relationship can be, and like they don't have to be in each other's pockets all the time, and they don't have to be like they're each other's worlds, but they can still want to be together even with their own like really individual separate lives. It's just great. I really like it. It was really cute. All the K-pop references, classical music, which is always my biggest favourite thing in books. Great book. Strongly recommend. Cute, YA, new adult, contemporary. Adorable. I love it a lot. Big fan. That was a fantastic book to read in one sitting. But I now need to decide what to read next. I've got over an hour. I'm about to make some food and make myself a nice drink, so I can like sit for the last hour, probably still out on my balcony. It's still not dark, so my whole cozy reading night kind of doesn't feel like it works too well, but it's not cozy in what I was envisaging with like candles and this and that, but like I'm still counting it as my cozy reading night because I'm curled up on my balcony just reading for hours on end without stressing about anything, and to me that's about as good as it gets, so I'm counting it. But I need to decide what to read next and I don't know. I guess we're back to the options from earlier really. So I could just read Skyward and just finish it. I might do that, but I don't really feel like reading it right now, and although it'd be really satisfying to like say I finished 3 things, I mean, like a clickbait title or whatever, I don't want to read it when I'm not feeling it, and this just, for some reason, although I like graphic novels, I'm not in the mood for a graphic novel right now, I'm in the mood for like prose, so I think probably not, surprisingly. So then it's basically, do I read Flashfire? Obviously I'm not going to finish this today, not even close, but should I start it? It's definitely a fun one. It's another book on my TBR that I need to read, and it would mean I then only have 2 other books to read for the whole rest of August, which is pretty good. Plus the graphic novel, I guess, but that'll take like 20 minutes to probably do it. So I could just do this. I could add something else to my TBR, like doing the ones we're meant to find, which looks like a pretty quick, fun read, or, I mean, any of these that I spoke about earlier. But I think the most logical thing to do is to start Flashfire. It's fun, it's cute, I know I enjoy it. It feels very appropriate for right now. It's a bit of like a life update. I love Marvel, which feels weird to say, given what I'm about to say, but I enjoy Marvel films. However, I have been behind on Marvel films for like the best part of 10 years now. I like the individual ones, so I loved all the Iron Man films, I liked the Thor films, all of this, loved Captain America. But when the first Avengers film came out, literally about 10 years ago now, I didn't enjoy it at all, and then couldn't be bothered to watch any of the other Avengers films, and then got to this point, probably about 8 years ago, where I couldn't watch any of the new Marvel films coming out because I hadn't seen key Avengers films, and because I kept putting off watching them, it got longer and longer until I'm suddenly 8 years behind on this series of films and have like 14 films I have to watch to catch up on, which is just like far too many and far too intimidating, especially as like the first 3 are the ones I didn't want to watch. So I've been behind for forever, and then yesterday and the day before I watched 4, so I've started my journey of catching up. I'm now at a point where I get to watch all the fun ones, so like once I'm done with this vlog I'm going to watch Spider-Man this evening, which I have seen before because it's Tom Holland, it's phenomenal. But that's the exact kind of superhero film I like, the Spider-Man films, where it's like a high school movie with a side of superhero. That's my spot on, less like huge action adventure, just like fun, high school kind of teen, not quite rom-com, but you know, that vibe with like a little bit of sci-fi on the side. That's what I like, urban fantasy, that side of things. That is this vibe, and so it feels appropriate to read this one on a bit of a like superhero high. So I might just dive into Flashfire. Why not? I guess that's what I'm reading next. I'm gonna go put myself some food in the oven. I'm gonna go make myself a fancy drink. I'm gonna have a good time. Okay, my food is in the oven. I've got my drink, which is Sip Smith Slow Gin mixed with lemonade. Gin with lemonade is my go-to drink always. Sip Smith Slow Gin is my favourite gin, so I'm very excited. I haven't had one of these in a while, so I'm hyped. And it has just started chucking it down with rain, so I'm gonna go get all of my cushions and stuff in from my balcony before they get wet, and then I'm going to settle down with Flashfire for a bit. Okay, the cushions have been saved. I checked my phone and it says exactly 59 minutes left, so I don't know how much of this I'm going to get through, probably not a lot, maybe in the region of 30 pages, because it was taking a minute to get into a book and my food is going to be ready soon and I want to eat it and I want to enjoy my drink. So we're reading about 30 pages, but I guess I will check in with you in about an hour when the 8 hours is up and we can, I guess, talk through exactly what I achieved and some sort of final reflections. It's been 8 hours. There we go, the timer has gone off. I have officially been without my phone and doing not a lot other than reading for 8 hours. I have just put down Flashfire. I managed 54 pages in that last hour, including eating, so pretty happy with that. I guess it's time to wrap up the day. Oh my god, that was a bit of a wild ride, the last 8 hours. So, in the last 8 hours, I read 230 pages of We Go On Forever, 340 pages of XOXO, and then 50 pages of Flashfire, which I think takes me to 620 pages that I read today. Which I'm pretty happy with. I can't remember the last time I read 600 pages of books in one day, but we did it. And they were all really good reads. We had a really fun, fast one. We had an adorable romance, and then honestly, I'm literally giggling out loud the whole way through this book. They're so funny. The Books in the Extraordinary series, I love them. I say that like this isn't the second one I'm reading. It's not like I've read loads of them, but they're great. It's been a bloody good day. I cannot remember the last time I read so much in a day. Well, I can. It was the last readathon when I read like 900 pages in 24 hours. But, you know, I was really nervous going into this because although I was like determined to do it, I was worried that my attention span and my concentration span and everything wouldn't be up to it. I've been reading so little recently, and when I do read, I normally read like 10, 20 pages at a time because that's all the time I've got. And so reading for a really long stint, I wasn't sure I could even concentrate for 8 hours on reading and nothing else, but turns out, luckily, today was a day where I could. It definitely comes day to day. But it's been a really, really nice day. It's been a really good reminder that I actually do read pretty freaking fast when I want to, and can read fast, meaning even though I only have, you know, half an hour to read here and there at the moment, I can still get through a lot and like do what I can with it, which is quite a nice reminder because I've got to the point recently where like I've only got half an hour, I just don't bother picking up a book. So it's been a good reminder that actually I can make good progress pretty damn fast when I want to, and made a great dent on my TBR. Obviously XOXO wasn't technically on there, though it could substitute in for a book if it needed to. But I'm really happy with that. I am in no way going to commit to this like being a monthly thing I do. But I do think this is the sort of thing I'm going to try and implement relatively often, or regularly, I guess. Not necessarily often, maybe every couple months. Just having a day and not doing like a 24-hour readathon, because I think with those I put so much pressure on myself to do like a whole day, and I still go on my phone a lot and all that, but more so doing this like 5 to 8 hours where I just turn my phone off altogether. All I'm doing is reading. It's been really nice, a fantastic way to kick off my holiday. This is my first weekend of my 2 weeks of annual leave, which is really nice. So it's just been kind of bloody fantastic, actually, and definitely something I'll be doing again in future. I'm really, really glad this challenge came up on Dart Attack and I gave it a go, because it went so much better than I could have anticipated and was way more fun. I was worried I would actually get like bored and want to do something different, and I was like, that's gonna be an absolute pain if that happens. And it kind of did happen, I will admit. When I was reading We Go On Forever this morning, I was like, oh, I'm kind of ready to be done with this, I'm ready to do something else. I did that when I had like 70 pages left, but decided to just power through. By the time I got to the end of it, I was raring to go with reading again. It was just a momentary thing, but it's a bit nerve-wracking. But I did it. I read 2 full books and started another one, and now it's 9 p.m. I'm gonna go turn my phone back on, see how many notifications I've missed. I'm terrified. I get literal hundreds upon hundreds of notifications every day, and I've got none for the last 8 hours. So I'm gonna go take my phone off airplane mode, then just leave it for 10 minutes to catch up, and then I'll spend far too long going through all the notifications, and put a movie on and probably do some book cataloguing. Probably won't read much more this evening. I feel like now I'm in the vibe, I should keep going. I've also been staring at books for the best part of 8 hours today, so I could kind of do with looking at something a bit different. So I think put a film on, do some book like cataloguing, fun stuff, and yeah. Oh, it's been fun. I highly recommend anyone try this just because you want to, especially someone like me who every 20 minutes takes a 5-minute social media break, and then they end up being 3 hours long, and just someone who checks their phone really regularly. Like, it's my habit that when I'm doing anything, every 10 to 20 minutes, I pick my phone up and check it just to see if anything's happened. And 9 times out of 10, nothing has. Well, that's not true. Maybe 50% of the time, nothing has. But even still, I'll then go on like Twitter or something for 20 minutes, and it just kills a lot of time very quickly. So having this complete like blackout has been really nice and very much appreciated. And I'm not saying I'm gonna like do this all the time and get really in the habit of never looking at my phone. Like, I'm absolutely not. I like being in contact with people. I love being on my phone and seeing if people have messaged me and see if my family have messaged me or whatever. But every so often, this may well be something I do again. I had a good time. But that is it for the video. So after a very successful day, I'm going to stop vlogging. I will probably try and edit this video and get it up maybe even tomorrow. You might be seeing this the day after I did it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So there we go. The answer to can I read for 8 hours, and if so, how much can I read, is yes, I can, and I can read 2 and a bit books. I'll take that. That's pretty good. But anyway, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Comment down below, especially if you did this with me. I know a few people were planning to, or if you're going to do it in the future. I would love to know how it goes for you. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. There are links down below in the description to all of my other social media if you want to connect on any other platform. But that is it for this video. So bye, and I'll see you in the next one.